Hey everyone, welcome back to Higher Learning Test Prep's online video tutorial series. Now today we're going to be taking a look at pronoun errors from the grammar section. It's important to remember with the grammar section that what passes for intelligent, good English is not always grammatically correct. For instance, if I were to say the sentence, anyone who saw the game last night would say they saw a great game, you you might not think that I'm an idiot for saying that, and perhaps I'm not an idiot for saying that. Perhaps I am. However, the correct way of saying that sentence would be anyone who saw the game last night would say he or she saw a great game, or just he saw a great game if we wanted to be sexist about it. Um, Another mistake in grammar that happens all the time is we say, I graduated from college or I graduated from high school. The truth is that the college or high school is doing the graduating. Graduating means to measure. So the correct way of saying that would be to say, I was graduated from high school or college. But you won't make any friends doing that, of course, so we're not going to advise you to do that in real life. However, there are lots of mistakes in the grammar section that differ from the way we speak. So we can't just go with what sounds good. We have to really analyze each question and see what's going on. So let's take a look at a couple pronoun mistakes. Okay, so on the chalkboard here we have two sentences taken from real SATs, and each of these sentences has a pronoun mistake in it. So let's look at the first one. The cost of safely disposing of the toxic chemicals is approximately 5 times what the company paid to purchase it. Now, this would have shown up in an error identification section, and this word it would have been underlined among some other things. So when we see the word it underlined, we know this is a pronoun. We have to ask ourselves, who or what is it referring to? So purchase what? Well, it was the toxic chemicals, right? So chemicals is plural. It's a plural word with the S at the end, and therefore the singular pronoun it does not correctly refer to chemicals. It's supposed to because we're talking about purchasing something, and indeed we're talking about purchasing the chemicals. So it is an incorrect pronoun in this sentence because it should be referring to the plural chemicals, so it should be they. Okay, so let's look at the next sentence as well. The Empire State Building, the Sears Tower, and the Canadian National Tower. Each of these structures was the tallest in the world at the time they were built. And again, error identification, so this would have been underlined among 3 other answer choices and no error. So when we see a pronoun underlined, we ask ourselves again, who or what is this pronoun referring to? It's easy to think in this sentence that they is referring to the Empire State Building, the Sears Tower, the Canadian National Tower. And plural, there's 3 of these. However, this is an old trick. Each of these structures, each single one of these structures was the tallest in the world at the time it was built. So this is a mistake. Actually, we could consider both they and were a mistake. Probably both be underlined on the test. So tricky because we do have 3 things. They were all built, and at the time they were built, they were the tallest in the world. Except each of these structures, every time I see the word each on the SAT, I say to myself, each one, because then it's easy to see. And a little bit of a tip off here, each one was, right? They all were, but each one was. So was is correct here. They were is incorrect because, like we said, each single one of these structures was the tallest in the world at the time it was built. Okay, some tricky stuff, but we figured out the question to ask ourselves for pronouns is who or what does this pronoun refer to? Okay, so go out there and nail all the pronoun questions on the grammar section of the SAT.